What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And Levon Maynard.
Welcome to the show.
What is going on? So, welcome back. Happy New Year, everybody. Bottom line up front, this is not focused on cybersecurity. Like this episode, we talk about everything else. Just want to put it out there. So people are like, y'all didn't talk about anything about cyber. That's not typically what we do on this one. We talk about everything else: movies, books, travel, anything else. So just put that out there. So now you're tracking. Monday and Tuesday, we have our topics. This Monday, we talked about a Google authenticator scam that's currently out there. On Tuesday, we talked about Apple and their HomeKit vulnerability that's currently ongoing. Wednesday, we discussed a North Korean cyber attack on Russia, which is normally not publicized. They're usually allies in the ransomware and cyber security crime, gang.
Right.
And then Thursday, we may or may not have Ask Us SP. I'm still looking for somebody to interview for the new year. And then we have today, where we have 2 weeks. We just came off a 2-week break. So we were off for the holidays. So Christmas week, New Year's week, we were off. So how's everybody doing? How's your new year going?
It's going pretty well for me so far. It's good, good to be back and in action with you guys. Get back to the routine. But yeah, I had a pretty adventurous break. I had all kinds of stuff. I can go on for like a whole episode about all the stuff I went through with traveling and just enjoying the holidays, and then all different shows we watched, family and I watched together, and playing video games. I think a highlight for me just in this last couple of days, something that I watched that's really good. I've been watching the Arcane on Netflix. It's like it's an animated joint. It's kind of like a 3D, like I want to say like cell shaded kind of like animation quality that animation style that they use, but it's like really good. I've been really impressed with it. Me and the wife have been watching together, and I have to say it's like one of the most beautiful like animated joints I've seen in a long time. And the storyline I think is great. The action is great. I'm really impressed with the series. I think it's I definitely recommend it for you guys to check it out. I think Shannon would like it. I think you enjoy it. I think it's pretty action packed. I think it's not like really slow. And whatchamacallit, it's it basically involves like a story of like these people, these two girls that lost their parents at a really young age. They got killed by these like enforcers, as they call them. And then they kind of grow up in like the slums, and they get by robbing people and stealing things, and some things happen where some people important to them get killed off, and then they have to like fend for themselves, and they start fighting this like, I don't know, they start like I don't want to reveal too much into the storyline, but it gets pretty intense, and people start fighting, people start dying, and it's pretty intense. But I definitely recommend you guys check it out sometime.
Is this an anime belly? Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's right.
Anime belly. Are they going
Right.
after Ox? Is he hard
Right.
like Rock Wilder?
That's right. Yeah. That's what it is. That's right. It's a belly. It's an animated belly.
Right.
But
So I marathoned it before the holiday. So
did you? Oh, you've seen it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's, and like you said, like the art is like typically I don't like the 3D cell shaded anime look. It's beautiful. Like really, really good job.
Yeah.
It's based on the League of Legends games, which I didn't play. So after watching it, I was like, man, I gotta play this game. So I talked to some coworkers. I was like, hey, is this akin to League of Legends? They're like, no.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, I looked it up earlier.
They're like, no.
Right.
This is his own thing. They're using characters from the game, but I learned more in the anime than I did when I was playing the game for a decade.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Good to know.
Yeah, I think the game is kind of like just it may have some sort of story or something, but I don't think it's anything tied to the.
Yeah, it says it's very like you have to dig into the lore yourself. It's not presented
Right.
to you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's
But
interesting.
I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, man, I gotta play this game. They're like, no, like,
Right. Yeah, that's
you
what
can
I
play
started doing. I was like,
right
oh,
now. It's not.
yeah, watching the animation made me want to like start playing the game, like you just said. And I was like, then I started looking into it. I was like, oh, the game doesn't seem like it's much like related to the anime,
Right.
the
Right.
show. But yeah, so but no, it's really cool. I think I was really impressed with it. It's something that, it's like it's almost, so far for me, it's almost up there with like Castlevania a little bit. Uh just like on the presentation and just like the, I don't know, it's really like I said, just really like well presented. You can take a screenshot
Yeah.
from any of the scenes and put it like in a painting, or put it in like a comic book or something, and it'd be like, you'd be pretty impressed. But yeah, so I've been doing that, and I finished Yakuza 2,
Okay.
and I'm on to Yakuza 3. But I saw that Game Pass removed the first 3, so I finished Yakuza 2 right before they removed it. I think they removed it from Game Pass along with Yakuza 0 and Yakuza the first one. But I'm on to the third one, and I'm gonna try to beat that one and go to the next. But yeah, besides that, just been enjoying the holidays. I took some time off from work, got to chill out, relax, recuperate, refresh a little bit, regenerate, and now I'm back into the grind. It's like, at first we get back from work, it's not really work. You kind of like you're still like trying to recuperate from the
Right.
holidays. You're not like all the way there yet. But I've been muscling through it. But how about you guys? How you guys been doing?
What about you, Shannon?
So
Yeah.
it was relaxing. I didn't take any time off from work, but
Oh dang.
it was fairly slow through the holidays. I mean, it was
Yeah.
time for us to catch up a little bit, right? Because a lot of the other people were gone, but that was I mean, work was fine. Work is work. I started. We all now, right, saw not Superman, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Spider-Man was off the chain, and we're not gonna do any spoilers or anything yet, anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
if y'all haven't seen Spider-Man, I mean, I don't know if you want to watch a bootleg copy the way Omicron is going on right now, but
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, but Spider-Man was off the chain. And I saw that actually it was the day after our last episode before this one, so we didn't get to talk about it beforehand. I know you had seen it, Ryan, but I think me and Levon hadn't seen it yet.
Right.
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 That time. But yeah, that was good stuff. I started watching this TV series. It's been on for a few years now, but The Neighborhood. Have you guys seen this with Cedric the Entertainer?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that
So
one.
I've seen commercials, but no, I've never actually watched it.
It's actually kind of funny, right? So it's got Cedric the Entertainer, Tashina Arnold from Martin, who I love her, right? She's great in Martin. Pam from Martin.
Right.
I love her from that. You know what I mean? It got Max Greenfield. He's one of the guys from New Girl. If you ever watched New Girl, he was one of the guys from there. But yeah, he's so they live. So Cedric lives in this mostly black neighborhood, and then you get this white couple that moves in next door. There's just a lot of adjustment that goes into that. Just kind of funny.
Right.
Yeah, about The Neighborhood. It's a good show. What else have I been watching? Oh, I'm trying to get through season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix, and I know that one's several years old, but like, man, I am struggling. Like, I am.
Oh, you're not enjoying it?
I'm not enjoying it.
Oh man.
See, I never watched season 3 because when season 3 literally came out, and then they were like, it's canceled.
So
I didn't finish it.
Everything, yeah, canceled everything, but like, it's just slow moving to me.
Okay.
To where I'm just like, and apparently, like, I'm missing some stuff in there because I didn't watch The Defenders. So the events of The Defenders happened before season 3 of Daredevil.
Oh, right.
So like, when it first came on, like, they're doing a scene to where it's just like, well, they've been out for years, but they're doing a scene where like he's floating in water or something, and apparently in Defenders, at the end of Defenders, he got like blown up in a building or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
like the building came down on top of him.
Yeah,
At
so
the
like
end of Defenders, yeah.
Right. But he survives it, right? Which is where season 3 picks up. So because I didn't watch Defenders, like some of the stuff they're talking about, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Because I didn't watch Defenders. I have Defenders in my list, but I don't know. I'm
It was just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Coming from you, if you say
it was just okay.
it was awful. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But
Because you're thinking it's gonna be a mini Avengers, and it wasn't.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It was
that's a high bar. That's a
they
high bar.
didn't interact with each other as well. It wasn't as clever as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? Like you've been watching all these different shows, they finally put them together. You're just like, man.
So the thing was, like, I didn't like Jessica Jones. First off, I finished that first season. I didn't like Jessica Jones, so like watching the second season of that was just not gonna be for me.
Oh man, if you don't like the, because it didn't get better than the first season. I thought the first season was good though, but it never hit that bar again.
No.
So if you don't like the first season,
I think, and I never watched Iron Fist, right? Like I knew from the trailer of Iron Fist, like it was terrible, and like everybody I talked to, so like you guys said it wasn't good. And then there's some people at work that watched it. They're just like, man, that was not good. You know what I mean? But
what's crazy about that though is the other characters in Iron Fist get better. He doesn't get better. That's the problem.
Right.
So that show, it's they just cast the wrong person.
So I can't get into. I'm in no rush to watch The Defenders because of that. And even then, like it sits on my queue and I go past it. Every once in a while, I'll stop on it. Like, okay, do I want to start this? I'm like, nah, just keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Keep it moving.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Punisher?
The Punisher. So the Punisher I liked. Punisher I liked. And even in the beginning of the second season, I was like, man, are they like kind of toning it down a little bit? You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then he came back to the city and he just started, doing
they didn't turn it down.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, Punisher.
Because did the first season have the prison scene, or was it the second season?
Where he came across Fisk, right?
Yes. What season was that?
I think that was the second one.
Okay.
Because
that's
they
didn't tone it down.
Got him when he came back, right? That's when they got him when he came back, I think. Right? I don't know.
It's been so long, I can't remember. You guys got better.
But I didn't finish the last season. I didn't finish the last season of any of those because their last seasons because they canceled it. Like like as soon as they said it was canceled, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, no, it's a struggle. And I'm like 6 episodes in.
Really? Because I heard good things about the last season because I kind of wanted to go back to watch the last season myself.
Maybe, and that's why I said maybe if I would have seen The Defenders, maybe it would tie in a little bit better with stuff because there's stuff that Kingpin is saying to him as well that's just like, wow. I was like, I didn't even realize, okay, well, that person's no longer around. All right, well, all right. So I don't know. I'll try to get through it. I'm struggling with it. What's the other one with the Robinsons? Lost in Space? That's another one I'm struggling with. I'm just like, yo, like this is.
I only watched the first episode of this season of Lost in Space.
I'm in the first season. I'm like 5 episodes into the first season. I'm like,
it's a really slow burn. Really slow.
That's not for me. I need this robot with all these arms to just start handling stuff. and the episode
swinging.
The last episode I saw, he did, right? Because there was like some animals or something that came into the camp, and then the robot came, right? And then it was like, okay, turned red and everything. I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. But I was like, am I going to have to wait another 5 episodes before I see this again? Like, I'm not trying to invest that type of time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but that's kind of sort of it. I signed up for Peacock. So because I have T-Mobile, like Peacock is free for a year, I think it was. So like if you guys haven't jumped on that, y'all might want to.
Is it? I thought it was Paramount.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Okay.
Paramount Plus. So I'm watching more stuff on Paramount Plus. We already talked about Picard. What is it? Discovery. I've been watching. Yeah. Discovery is really good. So yeah, that's a good show. But I think they went into like their winter break or whatever. I don't think they're picking up again until February. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll start watching it now then, since I know that there's a break. I have not watched one episode of the latest season. I was waiting until there's enough episodes out there, so I'll probably start watching it now.
So it's a little I don't want to say slower, but what's her name? The main actress, Burnham. She's actually pregnant in real life, right? So like
Okay.
you're not
Right.
gonna see her as adventurous as she has been in the past. Because every time something kicked off, she was like, all right, I'll put on the exosuit and I'll go do it.
Right.
It's not so much of that this season. Again,
Okay.
because she's pregnant in real life. So because I started noticing that, I was like, man, they're kind of slowing it down a little bit. But I still like it. Last episode a little slow, but still, no, I don't mind it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it back up because I really enjoyed the first. How many? What are they on season 3 or 4?
4.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the first 3, especially the third season was pretty action packed. So I'll definitely jump on it for this season. Picard, I need to pick back up. I stopped watching that one when I found out that the second season hasn't even started yet. So I don't want to get too into it and have to take a very long break between seasons.
I think that one starts in February too.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. I'm trying to think what else on Paramount Plus, because I just hooked it up as well.
I had watched the Reno 911 QAnon special on Paramount Plus.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. It's pretty dumb, but it's funny. It's some funny parts in it for sure. But it's like when it's crazy. I'm sure you guys have seen Reno 911 before, but
yeah,
same cast of characters, and they're doing the same kind of stuff. But watch that, and that's why I watched the South Park thing about the COVID thing with the Alexa.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to watch the COVID special.
yeah, they have a couple new ones.
So do you watch South Park all the time? Have you watched the South Park all these years, or just when you saw that you were like, yeah?
I just saw that. I actually haven't watched South Park in so long. Like I used to watch it all the time back in the heyday when like it first came out.
Right.
I was watching kind of religiously, but now I'm like, it got kind of dumb to me. And then it wasn't as funny. But I watched the recent one. It had some funny parts in it. It was enjoyable to watch. Kind of relive or whatever. Get reintroduced to the South Park characters again.
Right.
It was pretty funny.
But aren't they adults
they have
or something in that?
Like yeah. It's kind of for the future because like COVID's been around. Okay. In the movie, like COVID's been around for like 20 years and it's still dealing with it. Like,
oh man,
it's like COVID's still here. Damn.
I hope not.
Yeah,
but they'd be like the Simpsons with the predictions.
Right. Right.
I need to check it out though. I need to check it because I haven't watched South Park like for real since I want to say Chef, when they killed Chef off. I think that's and I just start watching it just every now and then. But I used to watch it like all the time before that happened.
Right.
I'm gonna check that out because I need something to laugh at. So
right. When you're not slamming doors and people trying to sell you stuff.
I do not slam the door. I just say no when I close the door. But for context, if you're wondering about my rudeness to salespeople, apparently, check out Monday's episode where we talk about the Google Authenticator scam. And give me your take. Let me know if I'm being rude. I think I'm being kind. So let me know.
Right.
Trying to think, what did I did a lot in the past 2 weeks. So I had like 3 COVID tests for travel.
Right.
So I flew back to the States that required a test. I went on I went to kids to Universal. That was fun. We're all vaccinated and all that good stuff. And then there was you had to wear masks, so it's pretty safe. And then I went on a cruise the following week. Don't judge me. The CDC did not say don't do that, as well as countries did not start denying people in port until I was already in the water.
Oh no.
So I was ahead of all the nonsense that went down. But you had to be vaccinated and have a test before you got on the ship. Obviously, either the standard's not the same across all carriers, or people were slipping through the cracks. I don't know, but on other ships, it was. I had to cut my timeline off. Like I paid for the internet package, I could not use it. I was trying to enjoy myself.
Dang.
Because like while I was in the water, they were like, this ship's been denied port. This ship has 25% of their ship is sick. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay off the internet.
Right.
But I had a great time. Everybody was masked up. Like I said, everybody had to be vaccinated and what have you. And then I had to have another test to come back overseas and travel. So so far so good. I've been negative throughout the whole thing. And the Omicron is out there. The Omarion variant is out there. So I'm hoping to avoid that one as well. So Spider-Man, we were talking about it off camera. It may be my favorite Marvel flick. Maybe my number one. It's definitely my top 5. I only saw it once, so I got to see it again to make sure. But I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and they really did a good job with this one. So if you have not seen it, stay off the internet somehow and go see it, so it's not spoiled for you. My bar was here, and they just exceeded it by a huge amount somehow. So I definitely enjoyed it, and I want to see it again because they're still playing it here in the theater, but I don't want that on Marion. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait till it's on Blu-ray.
You know what I realized? Like, so everybody, we have discussions offline and whatnot. This isn't the only time we chat and whatnot. So like when you sent me that Omarion thing, I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I realized I am a true fuddy-duddy. I was like it wasn't making sense what you were saying in the chat. And I was like, what is he talking about? And then you had to send the video of Omarion saying, I'm not a variant. I was like, how did I miss it? Like, I don't know.
Black Twitter took it and ran with it. He had to drop a whole video.
A video.
Self-promoting as well. Like, all right, since y'all talking about me, let me sell some albums real quick.
Yeah, man.
But like, hilarious.
I'm so not in the know. I'm so not in the know.
Yeah, Twitter is hilarious. Like now, because I avoided Twitter forever, but now I'm on it. Twitter is funny. Cyber Twitter, Black Twitter, hilarious. But I'm only on there for the jokes and to promote the show, because like people are really mean to each other. You're like, yo,
right?
Like extra mean. Like I thought, like not Facebook doesn't hold a candle to Twitter. Twitter, they will drag you. You will say, if you say something dumb, you might wind up being famous because all of Twitter is coming for you.
Like when it comes to the sports stuff, that's when I see it. Usually somebody will send me something like when it comes to sports and whatnot. So because I'm a Ravens fan, like I always keep up when it comes to stuff with like the Steelers, Browns and whatnot. And like for these people that follow sports, like Baker Mayfield's having a terrible season. And like I'll get these things with Twitter where it's like Baker Mayfield will be a trash can. You know what I mean? And it makes me laugh so hard. I mean, I got a friend that's a big Browns fan. Rich, I'm sorry if you see this, but yo, man, it's hilarious to me, man. Or like they'll show somebody making a terrible football pass, and they show one with his kid. His kid had these two guys run routes, and this kid threw the ball and they hit a trash can that was like 50 yards away from where they ran. And it was like, and people in the comments were just like, okay, we saw Baker try to catch the ball because he was the trash can instead of the quarterback. I'm just like, this is hilarious to me, man. It makes me laugh so hard. But I'm not on any social media, right? So like I don't see it until somebody sends it to me, but it's hilarious.
Right.
And yes, they are very mean. They are very mean. Sometimes even I'm like, yo, that's a bit much. I mean, I don't like the Browns either, but golly, that's too much.
Yeah. Twitter is crazy. But that did make me laugh. The whole Omarion thing. I was like, of course it would be not Omicron, it'd be Omarion. What else? Scream dropped this weekend. I can't go see it. I'm like, I can't go to the theater. Not until this blows over. But I'm kind of interested in it because I saw a trailer that showed like the old cast is in it as well. Like they have a new and old cast all coming together. I was like, those movies weren't that great, but they were funny. So I was like, not always funny on purpose. So I kind of want to see it, but
There's really only like 3 people, is there not, that are left?
Yeah, I think so. Because most of them were
Like,
right.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what, I should go check it out. But nah, I'll wait, especially on that one. That's not worth getting sick over.
Did you ever
On the
see
flight? Oh, go ahead.
Did you ever see the like the new Resident Evil movie?
No, I heard it. I was going to, and then I heard from a coworker who he's pretty much on the same level of Resident Evil as I am. Like, well,
Mhm.
there's a ton of really bad movies. And
Yeah.
even he was like, no, this is
Yeah.
one of the worst. I was like, really? It can't be worse than the one where she took over a satellite with her brain. He was like,
Mhm.
worse.
What? That happened?
You seen that one? Yeah.
I stopped watching those long ago.
The first Mila Jovovich, is that how you say her last name?
Yeah.
Is the only good Resident Evil movie.
Probably, yes.
And then they just go at one point, it's the same one where the planet becomes a desert for some reason because of the T virus.
That where they get surrounded? They get surrounded or something like that, right?
Yeah, and she's in Vegas, and yeah, she takes over a satellite with her mind. It's trash. But he told me this one was no good. So I don't know. Did you see it?
I did see it. I saw it. It's I'd say like I thought the maybe like the beginning part of it was entertaining, and like kind of the stuff leading up to it and kind of building up the suspense, and like things are starting to happen in the town, and like regular I guess Resident Evil stuff. And the fact that they combined Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 into like one story. I think it would have been better off if it was like a series. I think this should have been like a TV series instead of like a movie. It's like there's too much stuff going on, and it's like jumping in between two different like parts of the like the first game and the kind of second game. But I think the beginning part, maybe beginning to the middle, and then I think the ending kind of gets kind of weird, and it's like I don't know. It seems kind of a little bit of a letdown, but I enjoyed it for a period of time, but then it kind of let me down. But I think it'd been better if it was like a series and kind of like maybe slow, maybe took their time and kind of develop all the characters and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
But I'd be interested to see if you watch it. Yeah, sometime.
Yeah, I may. I will whenever it is available on whatever streaming service. I definitely will check it out. I don't know how to keep getting video game movies wrong. It's just do what they did in the game that was successful, but make it movie form.
But a game, but you got to think a game is, let's say, 50 hours worth of stuff, right? Like they're trying to do this in hour 30, hour 45.
Right.
And I get that.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too. It's like it's too much crunching into like a movie. They're trying to make an hour and a half movie out of like you said, like 100 hours worth of gaming between two different games. Like
yeah, and I get that. But even like Doom, like the Doom movie was terrible, and Doom doesn't have a beefy storyline.
Right.
It's a Marine, a portal to hell. It writes itself. Like, that's it. And even that was terrible. And I was just like, how? Like you didn't have that much to work with.
But they
to make it bad.
But they knew it, right? So they brought in a star, right? Like, so then you bring in Dwayne Johnson, be like, okay, we got to get people to see this because the writing is just not that good.
Right.
You were like, just open the portal to hell and then fight demons. That's it.
Fight demons.
All you gotta do. So simple. But nah, can't even do that. But on the flight there and back, I started listening to the Will Smith book. Actually really good. I would recommend it. It doesn't start out the way I thought it was going to start out. Even he notes that it's not going to start out the way you think it's going to start out. He was like, I could start out with, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song, but he was like, that's not how my life started. That's a TV show.
Right.
And it just goes into you start to connect the dots on, how like you get little glimpses into the Smith's life, and he's just like, that's weird, or that's different, that's alternative. But you learn how he was raised, you learn his environment, and you just like, oh, that makes sense.
Right.
why he acts the way he acts, which is not, I'm not bashing him in any way or what have you, but him, his wife, the kid situation, it is different sometimes. He's like, you know what I mean? Like it's counter to most family lifestyles. But then as he tells the story, you're just like, oh, I see why he did the opposite in that situation, or why he's so successful in these situations. I thought so. I've only listened to half of it. I think it's 16 chapters, roughly 16, 17 hours or something like that. Maybe 19. It might be 19 hours. I can't remember. But he narrates the whole thing. It also has music in it, and he explains things in the ways you didn't expect it to have gone down. Like you'll see the outcome of something, but the ingredients to get there, you're like, oh, that
right.
that was rough. So I'm really enjoying it. Like, so I definitely would recommend it. I haven't listened to a book in some time.
Yeah.
And then I need to play Halo. I'm always trying to get my way back to Halo. I have not done it yet.
That's one thing I forgot to mention. I've been been really grinding some Halo. Besides like the multiplayer, I finally got into the campaign, and I've been like, playing through the story, but also like trying to find every little audio log and skull, and they got some towers you got to destroy. Yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, I definitely need to jump back on that. I'll probably do that today. Like today, I'm going to start going back to the gym. But even then, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go to the gym until this surge dies off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like like I want to go to the gym, but like on top of the surge, it's the New Year's people, right? So the gym's gonna be packed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm trying to avoid crowds and stuff like that. Not because I'm just like if I get it, I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted, I would get sick. I don't feel like being sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm avoiding it like the plague. I literally do not feel like being sick. So I may have to forego the gym for another week or so.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to play Halo today, and I need to get back on studying. I know we typically don't talk too much about studying and stuff like that on this particular episode. However, the Oracle free stuff I was doing in December that was supposed to expire December 31st, they extended to February.
Oh.
So I canceled my test to give myself more time, but now I need to do something with that time.
Right. Yeah.
So the plan is to get it before February. So before the end of February. So I'm hoping to test the beginning of February for the Oracle fundamentals, and then moving from there, I hope to go into Azure and do the Azure AZ 900 fundamental study. I already got my employer to approve it. I got the study material. I think I get a month long access to all the Microsoft stuff. So all that's paid for. I just got to start it, and then go from there. I'm not trying to get too, I guess, too booked. So I don't want to burn out early in 2022.
Yeah,
if possible. But the end goal is to get my CCSP, so the Certified Cloud Security Professional. That's the end goal for 2022.
Oh yeah, that's a good goal. I think that's I don't know, that's spot on for where everything's going nowadays. A lot of things are going into the cloud. And, it's good to be well rounded. Be good with on-prem and as well as stuff in the cloud, so that you can support it all. And at least to have like at least good knowledge on it, so that anything happens, you can be able to react to it,
right,
or have the procedures in place to take care of it.
Right, exactly. So that is definitely the goal. But I think I grinded real hard 2021 at the beginning. Like I renewed my CCNA, which took me way longer than I expected. And I jumped right into what I jumped into. GCFA. And I burnt out really fast. So I'm just like, I don't want to repeat 2021 in any regard. COVID, or going too hard too soon. But yeah, the ultimate goal though was by the end of 2022 to have my CCSP. So
Nice. We'll be keeping track of you, keeping track of your progress, and we'll be hounding you every episode about your like what you've been studying.
right, exactly.
Because I've all but given up, so I'm like,
right,
no,
right,
man,
Shannon. No, Shannon ain't studying.
I do need
you gotta jump back in.
I do, yeah, for sure.
You gotta jump back in. But what is something that's coming out? Like, is there any movies coming out? I don't think so.
So we're talking about a little bit offline. So are you gonna go see Morbius, or you're like,
yes, but that got pushed though, right, until summer?
So
or April?
You said it got pushed. I did not realize that. I thought it was still in January. So I was not aware. Like when you say it got pushed, I figured it'd be like maybe a month or so. But you talking about the summer? That's a long time. That's like it's 6 months or so. Because it was supposed to come out next week or something like that, right? Or this week maybe.
Yeah. Or I could be wrong. Let me see. When does Morbius come out? Okay, it says January 28th. So
okay,
not that far.
Yeah.
So the end of the month. And I know which got pushed, didn't it? Didn't the Doctor Strange movie, didn't that get pushed a little bit?
That's in May, right? May.
Yeah. I think I got pushed like a month or something like that. Because it was like in April or something, March or April.
So last time I saw it, it was May. I want to say it was like May 6th or something like that. I think, yeah. So I don't know what it was supposed to be before that. I know Marvel does a pretty good job of like every once in a while you get something in March, and then like there's a summer blockbuster to usually follow it whenever they do that, right? So because they did it with Captain Marvel, and then it was Infinity War or Endgame. Was it Endgame? After they did Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel was in like March. It was kind of off summer season, right? Because they usually save it for the blockbusters, and then
right,
whichever one came 2 months later. I can't remember which one. Which one was it?
Yeah, because it's usually 3 movies, right? Like because so 2021 was Black Widow, The Eternals, and Spider-Man. Yeah. Even though Spider-Man is owned by Sony, yada yada yada. So this year is
Morbius.
What's Sony? But
Morbius, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I think Thor comes out in November.
Yes, there it is, Thor. Yep. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that one. Keep reading little tidbits about how it's supposed to be like hilarious. So I'm just like, okay, because the last one was crazy funny, and that's a better take than the Dark World. Dark World is one of the like, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good.
It was terrible. I literally fell asleep on it first 3 times I tried to watch it. I got through it. I was like, what is going on here? And it was around the same spot too. Like I think there must have been like a subliminal message. They must have had some steganography in their audio or something that just I don't know. It was crazy. It was
like a hypnotist gets people like sleep.
Yeah. I already got this big heavy head. Don't make me tired. Like I just
pass out.
Yeah. So
I have to watch the third one again, Ragnarok. I remember watching it. I watched it a long time, back when it first came out, I guess. But I remember really enjoying that one. Like, it had some
same director for this one too, for Love and Thunder or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
same guy. He's the guy that voices The Rock. Not The Rock. The I don't know what the guy's name is. Korg and
the
Rock guy. Yeah. Well, Korg was the little insect, right? Or no?
No, I thought the Rock guy was Korg.
Okay, the Rock guy. Yeah, he's the director. He's the same guy. He's voicing him, but yeah. So apparently he's friends with Chris Hemsworth. They'd known each other for a little while. So
okay.
Because one's from Australia and one's from New Zealand, so I guess you don't got far to go. I guess.
Right.
But I'm looking forward. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. That COVID moves things around, so we'll see where things finally settle at. looking forward to COVID going away. That's my 2022 resolution.
Right.
So we'll see if that one comes to fruition.
There goes that cat again. That black cat.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That's the other thing.
Oh, I did watch
thank
that
you.
too.
That was well placed.
Oh,
The Matrix. Not my favorite movie.
Yeah.
yeah. I heard a lot of people didn't like it.
So you haven't seen it yet?
Not the newest one. We actually went through and watched the first
man.
3 again because it's been so long I've forgotten like what happened in the series or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen the newest one. I heard people don't really like it that as much as the originals.
No.
It's better than I thought it was gonna be. So like if Ryan says he
Really?
doesn't like like if you say you don't like something, I put it extra down, right? Like so I put it like way down. Like, oh man, it's gonna be absolutely terrible, but it's better than what I thought it was gonna be. It did have some slow spots in it, but yeah, there is some stuff I should probably go back and watch the first 3 as well because I'm like, why is
it just felt unnecessary?
Yeah.
It felt like a movie that didn't need to be made. So in my opinion.
There was a couple of guys I work with and they were like, no, it's a bridge to making more movies. And I could kind of see that, right? Like they let
until you bomb at the theaters. So I don't think they're gonna make any more.
Well, even though Warner Brothers says they're not gonna do that whole put stuff out on HBO Max, like they'll probably still continue that this year. Because I think they said last year they're gonna do that. And now everything's going to theater, but they'll know if they put out a terrible product, they'll be like, yeah, we can't put this out there. Put it on HBO Max. You know what I mean?
That's where I watched that because it was playing here as well. But I was like, you know what? I already paid for the subscription, and I don't think in this case the explosions will make this movie better. So I didn't come in with high expectations to begin with, but I did hope that it would be better than 2 and 3 because it was a continuous step down for me. Like the first Matrix blew my mind, one of my favorite movies of all time. 2, I thought I saw 2 in tech school, and even in tech school, I was just like, that was rough. And then 3, I was like, okay, this series is done. Like they need to not release any more of these. Animatrix came out. I actually do enjoy the Animatrix, so I only really respect the very first Matrix and the Animatrix, and anything else, I just not for me.
So if you didn't like 2, I could see you not liking 3 because they filmed them at the same time, right?
Yeah. Because it ended with a to be continued. It was like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. And then this one just felt unnecessary. Like I was hopeful.
They joked about that though. So like for people that haven't seen it, they kind of poke fun at themselves about that. So remember, he's talking with, you know what I mean? So they know, but they're just like, hey, this is for the fans type thing, right? Like we're making sure you get something that we thought you wanted, but maybe you don't want. But in case you don't want it, we're gonna joke and say you don't want it. Like,
right. It was very meta, but not in a fun way. Like even like Free Guy was very meta, and I enjoyed that. It was a pleasant experience. This was just like, I'm ready for this movie to be over. Like, I don't know. There's some good came out of it. Like they gave more respect to a character that they didn't in the third one. Like the third movie, some characters die. And you're just like, well, that was kind of disappointing. And this one is kind of like, okay, there's some duality there, but then it's still just didn't do it for me. So I don't know. I would not go out of your way. Like whenever you see it, you see it. Like I would not be concerned about spoilers on this one. That's all I gotta say. But I did see that Keanu Reeves donated like 70 or 80% of his salary for it to like cancer research or to a hospital or something like that. Like he did some really good with the money he made from it. So that was good. Something good came out of it.
Yeah.
That's not the first time he did that.
Right. He's been known for doing like a lot of good things for
like giving away. Like I remember he did something for his stunt guys in John Wick. Like he bought them like really expensive motorcycles or watches or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that.
He did the same thing with the Matrix. So when he did the second and third Matrix, I think he did the whole thing where you get the percentage of the gross, right? And so they still made a lot of money. Like he made upwards of like 9 figures or something like that, I think, between 2 and 3.
Oh wow.
And he did the same thing where he donated a fair amount of it. I was just like, wow. And so if he did it again for this one, I'm just like, this dude, man.
So that's good, but
Mhm.
like he needs to not do another Matrix. Like stop beating this horse. Like,
so if you look at him in this one, like he's getting old. Like you could tell he's getting old. Like even in the third John Wick, I'm like, you seem to be moving a little slower, John. Like I don't know if you're that's what is it, Baba Yaga,
Baba Yaga.
Baba
Yeah,
Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
I don't know if you know so much that now this one and the third one, right? Because he was moving a little
Right.
slower to where it's like, but he's almost 60, I want to say. I want to say Keanu Reeves is almost 60 years old.
Mhm.
So he's only gonna do this type of stuff for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then at the end of the last John Wick, I think they have an excuse for him to be moving slower. Like, like the way that movie ended, you're like, oh,
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
John Wick needs to be out the game.
Yeah, he's 57.
Oh wow. Okay.
Born in Beirut, Lebanon. Damn.
I gotta get rich. If that's what 57 looks like. I gotta hurry make some of these millions.
Yeah, but he's not stressing over anything either, I bet. Right? Like
True.
just like whatever.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. But yeah, that was the last piece. So I saw those two movies. I was real hyped for Matrix 2. Like they're gonna fix 2 and 3. Like, no, they didn't. And then I need to jump on Halo. So I would definitely do that. So I think that pretty much wraps up for this one. Go ahead and land this plane. Thank you for those who are listening. Again, tune in throughout the week. Definitely hit up our topics, our discussion for this week. We're back. It's a new year, so look for more of that great content we try to provide. Hit up our website, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com. So get to our social medias. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I'm on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. And you, Levon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on the Twitters at Levon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.
Take care.